I want to show you a Jimmy Dore take. This is the level of analysis you get elsewhere, chat. This is the level of analysis you get from Jimmy Dore.
How could you be running as a progressive for Congress in the middle of a pandemic and not show up to a Medicare for All march? And then you're surprised you lost? You're surprised more people didn't show up for you? The most popular policy in the country is Medicare for All. You don't show up for a Medicare for All march, and you expect people who have a revolutionary spirit to vote for you, to get off their ass to vote, and then you lose and you don't know why? That is the craziest thing. In the middle of a pandemic, you're not going to show up to a Medicare for All march?
Okay, chat. As somebody who actually went to Cleveland to campaign for Nina Turner, she had Medicare for all over her ads. Medicare for All was all over her stuff. She campaigned hard for Medicare for All. There was no doubt that if you knew that voting for Medicare for All was a vote for Nina Turner, you know what happened, though? Her opponent said she supported it, too. Her opponent tried to cleave the differences between them to a few issues. That was all she ran on. And the Columbus Medicare for All rally, why the would you organize your Medicare for All rally in Columbus and not Cleveland when you have someone running for Medicare for All? Why didn't you organize it around her? Why didn't you organize it for her benefit? If you support Medicare for All, why didn't you go to a candidate who's running for it in their district? Why did you want her to come out of her district a week before the special election? What is wrong with you? Is she there to support you, or are you there to support her? What are you talking about, Jimmy?
March, the most popular policy in the country, and you wonder.
By the way, Medicare for All, I love it. I support it. It's popular. It's not the most popular policy in America. There's a bunch of policies that get 90% are more popular than Medicare for All. There's a lot of really good policies that are more popular than Medicare for All. Sorry. If I'm not mistaken, the Medicare for All march stuff with the Nazi infiltration happened with Ohio. Was that Ohio, really? I didn't think that was true, but maybe you're right. I don't know.
Why you couldn't beat the establishment. I wonder why.
And they made a ton of excuses for why Nina Turner lost. And if you looked at the rhetoric at the time, they was immediately punching down. They blamed the People's Party. They was blaming you. Yes. They blamed everybody except
nobody. What? Jimmy Dore, the People's Party were a non-issue in the Nina Turner race. Nina Turner lost for a couple reasons. One, she alienated Democratic base party voters with some quotes that they dug up, where she said voting for Joe Biden was like eating a half a bowl of shit. And that alienated some of the voters. She also was strongly against supporting Israel's weapons. And so a lot of money from the Democratic Majority for Israel, a lobby group of Zionists, spend millions to organize a right-wing Jewish community within her district, and they voted against her like 90-10, which was the margin. That was why she lost the election, okay? So some quotes about her saying that Joe Biden voted for Joe Biden was like eating half a bowl of shit, and a massive organization by Zionist money to get a Zionist community to vote very harsh against her. That's the actual reality. All right? That's what really happened. Centrists did their best to work against her, and they found an effective angle that worked. And her campaign could have been run better. Her campaign was run shittily. The staff in it fucked up. Nonetheless, it was a close election. She lost. She should try again. It's a major bummer. It's one of the most regretful things that happened this year. Imagine having Nina Turner on all over the place as another member of the squad. How powerful that would have been. Huge missed opportunity. I wish we had done more. Every time I hear Zionist money, I still do a double take. I mean, that's what it is. I don't know what to say. I mean, the group that funded the opposition was called the Democratic Majority for Israel. That is a Zionist. That's just a Zionist group. There's no conspiracy theory here. We're not saying the Jews did it. We're saying the Zionist group did it, which is a very specific thing.
How could you be
that the squad didn't force the vote? And I said exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly why she lost.
What?
The squad.
What?
Disappointed their base.
That's right.
Now and people got mad at me like, what? Are you telling me that Nina Turner lost because she didn't attend the Medicare for All march, that the squad didn't force the vote? And I said exactly.
Yes.
That's exactly why she lost. So what could have happened if
Chad, if you believe that, like, if you believe this, you might as well just give Jimmy Dore more money for his mansion, you know? Just give more money. Just give your whole paycheck to Jimmy Dore. Just give your whole paycheck to Jimmy. Like, if you believe this, just give it all to Jimmy. Honestly, there's nothing. I don't even need to. Do I have to make an argument here? Is this real life? Nobody knows what force the vote is. I would love somebody to poll force the vote. Have you ever heard of the movement called Force the Vote? Just have that be a nationwide poll. A nationwide poll. Have you ever heard of the phrase force the vote? If they get higher than 20% in the polls, at more than, I will do a $2,000 donations to the Movement for the People's Party. No one knows what it is. No one knows what it is.
If you had activists who actually believed in the squad because the squad was fighting for them, if Nina Turner actually showed up to the Medicare for All marches, if you had Nina Turner that actually supported Force the Vote, if they actually was listening to activists, you will have activists that will actually phone bait, they will actually volunteer, and they can help you get over the finish line. That was my argument. So because the squad...
So let me get this straight. Politicians should be catering to weirdo online only activists, leave their district in the week before a campaign to boost a pathetic rally of 10 people, because that's what it was, as opposed to the activist boosting the candidate that supports the position. Nina Turner, this is another problem with Nina Turner. Nina Turner was by far and away the most friendly to these force the vote cranks and these weirdo online only freaks of anyone. And they turned against her and did nothing. They didn't lift a finger. They didn't lift a finger. They were making demands of Nina Turner, a non-elected rep, over actually supporting her. That's why there will never be an elected person from the Movement for the People's Party in any significant office. There won't be a state legislator. There won't be a congressperson. There won't be a senator. There won't be a governor. There won't be a mayor of a major city. None of Movement for the People's Party will ever win anything. He's saying you have to pander to the online-only crowd to convince the people who do real-life shit to do real-life shit. Yeah, pathetic.
Turned her base off. That's why she lost. And people got mad at me for saying that. Now, this is the checkmate, right? So if their belief is there's nothing that AOC and Nina Turner could have done to stop them from losing because of the dark money. So if
No, that's not what I said. Absolutely not what I've said. Absolutely not what I've said. They didn't run a very effective campaign. They did not run a very effective campaign, and they should have been more negative, and they should have flooded the zone. Once they realized what was happening, they should have been full nuclear on their opposition, and they should have had a much better field campaign.
You're saying that the activists on the ground cannot help you defeat dark money. You're telling me that it's impossible to take over the Democratic Party. Mm-hmm. That's the checkmate. So you're saying no matter how...
First of all, that's not what we... First of all, you're not going to win every race, every time. Does this guy only play video games or something? Like, you can beat the Nameless King if you do this exact sequence of moves. Hey, buddy, in real life, sometimes you do the right thing and it doesn't work. Sometimes you're just not going to win a specific race at a specific time with a specific candidate. It doesn't mean that the strategy is always wrong. Sometimes it takes more than one cycle. Just ask Cori Bush. Just ask Bernie Sanders. Sometimes there is stuff that is very harmful in one district that wouldn't matter in another district. Every district is different. Every candidate is different. Politics is hard. If politics were easy, we would have figured it all out by now.
Enthusiastic we are, we will always lose to dark money. And hey, I'm sorry, the dark money will always come. The dark money will always come. So if you can't overcome that, if we can't overcome that with Nina Turner, who else is more?
I mean, this is the thing that's amazing, is these dipshits don't do anything to help Nina Turner, and then they pretend that Nina Turner is a shoo-in. You didn't do anything to help Nina Turner. You undermined Nina Turner and you distracted from her shit a week and a half before the election. And now you're pretending? You're pretending like what?
Overcome that. If we can't overcome that with Nina Turner, who else is more popular out that is not elected than Nina Turner? If she can't overcome that, then we might as well give up the failed strategy of taking over the Democratic Party.
God, I mean fundamentally that's the conclusion. They want you to give up. They want you to give the power of the party to. They want you to give up the congressional seats that we've won, the Senate seats that we've won, the power that we have, because they're stupid. That's the only context you'll ever hear them say "we" in. They haven't elected one person, just baby brains. Total baby brain. This complete nutter baby brain.